Beer, beer, the magical fruit. The more you drink, the drunker you'll be, and you'll probably be inebriated and arrested in public.
Hello and welcome back to the third episode of our ongoing series where we taste beer that we've never had before and review it and tell you how it is.
Welcome to Brew Bums! Woo!
Yep, welcome to our third episode of Split a Six Pack. We have 3 brand new beers on the program for you. Brand new to us, at least. I know we've seen some of them out in the wild before, and by some I mean one.
Ah, yes. The wild beer. Out in the wild.
But they're brand new to us when we go beer hunting and keep our heads low.
Go hunt us some beer.
Yeah.
The beer.
Yep.
It's everywhere.
And the theme for this week's episode,
theme, guys.
we actually kind of have a theme, unlike last week where we kind of thought of it on the fly.
What's the theme?
This week's theme is fruit beers.
Fruit?
Probably a theme that we can have 18,000 more times because there's so many fruit beers out there.
This is the fruit beer part 1.
But this is the first time that we've had the fruit beer theme. And again, as last week, we're tasting them in size order, although this one was close.
No, they're not really that close.
Well, this one is technically taller.
It is. It's not even technically taller. It is taller.
Yeah, it's a close one, though.
That's like comparing you and I and saying that it's very close.
I itch my nose, sorry.
Oh. Ugh.
Let's dive right in.
Beer.
To beer. Dive in. Well, do you want to go ahead and tell us about the first beer that we have?
I would love to go ahead and tell you about the first beer that we have.
Go ahead.
Our first beer is by Two Roads. It is called Road Jam. It is an ale brewed with raspberries and with lemongrass added. That's a weird way to word that.
Is it really? Does it really say that?
It says ale brewed with raspberries and with lemongrass added.
Sure, that kind of makes sense.
I don't know about that. It's a very pretty bottle. It's obviously a seasonal. It's part of their seasonal collection. It's got a 2 on the back. We will figure out why it's got a 2 on the back.
Because they're 2 roads.
But why is there a hook?
2 hooks.
The hook, boy, the hook.
The hook.
So it's part of the seasonal collection. It is made with a word.
What? Melange.
2-word seasonal collection. It's made with a melange of real black raspberries and red raspberries for a stunning red color, pungent berry aroma, and accented with a kiss of lemongrass. It's brewed and bottled by Two Roads, which is in Connecticut, in case you were wondering. And you can get 5 cents for recycling it, which is pretty cool. It's 100% real berries. It is made with lemongrass stalks.
Cool.
And that is our first burr of the day.
Well, it sounds good. That was one of the reasons that we picked it. I was a little interested in the lemongrass.
I, too, wanted to drink grass. Well, this is our first beer by Two Roads. It's a berry beer, and it looks berry red.
Is it your first beer ever by Two Roads?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so, Tim.
I think I've had stuff by theirs.
Pretty sure we did.
Pretty sure I have. They're familiar. I see them all the time. First thing that you will notice about this, if you're not blind at least, and if you are, then hi, I'm glad you're watching us, even though you can't really
How many
see
fingers
us.
am I holding up?
But that is red.
It's red, and
it is red amberish.
Not even amberish. It's a berry color. It's a berry color. It's berry red.
It looks delicious. I will say that much.
It looks.
It smells delicious as well.
I'm not getting berry though.
Yeah?
I'm gonna be the Debbie Downer of the berrylicious party over here, and I'm going to say it is not very berry.
You know what? I get berry. I get a little bit of berry when I smell it, and it does smell delicious.
It does match pretty well.
It does.
I am getting that lemon hint, though. That
lemongrass hint. Yeah, a little bit of lemon there. Let's see if we disagree on the taste as well.
I love disagreeing with you. Cheers, brah. That's a spicy lemon meatball.
That is a little spicy. Not spicy like heat jalapeno beer spicy, but like spicy in... You've had jalapeno beer before, so don't tell me that you don't know what I'm talking about.
We've had jalapeno beer before, and we've had habanero beer, but that's a different spice.
Different kind of spice, right? This is spicy, like crisp spiciness.
I think that's not even the word we want. I'm not really getting spice. I'm getting that flavor of the lemon and the crispness of it. It's not... I'm not really getting spice. I'm getting lemongrass. I'm definitely getting
getting the berry a lot, though. Like, it's pretty berry. I mean, it's not super berry, but it's
not berry
there.
berry.
Yeah.
It's not berry
It's
berry.
there, though.
It's definitely more of that lemony grass, lemony goodness, lemon drop. Lemon drops and raindrops and gumdrops and whatever the song is. I'm just gonna drink again.
Yeah, especially when you put it to the front, you get some of that sourness.
Oh, if all the raindrops were lemon drops, that's the one I was thinking of. Lemon drops and gumdrops, so what a rain. I'm pretty sure that rain would hurt.
I'm just drinking my beer here. Because it's really good. I'm enjoying it.
It's good. It's not what I expected, but I also didn't really expect much out of that. Because, you know, the whole idea of the added lemongrass, it's like, well, what was I going to get out of this? I was kind of hoping for, like, it's a good summery fruit.
Yeah.
As to our theme, summery fruit, it's a very good tart,
it's
summery... it's not sour, but it's got a hint of sour.
Yeah.
Like what you would get from the fruit.
That
like
little bit of tartness and that big berry taste. It kind of tastes more like... What kind of berry is it? It's supposed to be...
Quick guess. No, you can't guess.
It's supposed to be raspberry?
Yes.
Right? Because that's totally what it tastes like.
Well, you'd be right.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's got that berry flavor, but with that little bit of tart going on, too. So it's...
Yeah, it's
I enjoy it. I'm sold. It is a great episode already. You don't like it? You don't dig it as much as I do?
Yes, you're already just ahead of yourself. This is a great episode. We haven't even gotten to the next one. What if the next two are awful?
Well, the next two are by Dogfish Head and Ballast, so I doubt they're going to be awful.
We've had this problem before.
We have. This is good, though. I'm enjoying this, and then I hope these are just as good as this one.
Never put all your eggs in one basket.
I don't have any eggs, so I guess it
you put them all in one basket and they all broke, so...
I don't have a basket either.
That's why they broke.
It's not Easter. So, we have anything else to add about this really good tart fruit beer?
You're a tart. It's good. This is a good beer.
It's my favorite so far.
Well, so far we're about 100. You know, it is cloudy, so it's
not
not
a little
very
cloudy.
filtered.
It's not super filtered.
But
it's got a great color.
I like that berry color.
A pretty nice head on there.
Aha.
You're gonna laugh every time we say it, aren't you? Oh, I knew it. But I enjoy it, so.
Good for you.
Well, next up we have Dogfish Head's Festina Pêche. Festina Pêche. Peachy, however you want to say it. It's a Neo Berliner Weiss. It says, our unique tart and refreshing Neo Berliner Weiss, fermented with boatloads of peaches, this sour is the perfect warm weather companion. Brewed by Dogfish Head Brewery in Delaware. We got a bunch of light beers on the program today.
Well, most fruit beers tend to be.
Yeah, most fruit beers tend to be like in the 4.5, 5.5 really at the most kind of range.
And even that can sometimes be high.
Which is good. You know, like the summer. Our theme is kind of like summer fruit beers. So it's like something you could drink a 6-pack of one of these and it's like...
Exactly.
You're having a good time. You're not, the drunk uncle walking around the barbecue or the house or whatever you're doing.
It's not even a barbecue and drunk uncle's just walking around. What are you even doing here?
It's not even your barbecue. Exactly.
It's not even my uncle.
That's what happens when you drink, 10s and something like that. Drink a whole 6-pack.
You become the crazy uncle.
You become that crazy jerk that nobody wants to hang out with. Well, first thing I noticed about this one, it's really clear. This is, it's got a little bit of a yellow hint to it, but it's really clear. It's really vibrant.
Lots of fermentation. See, I'm a little concerned because Dogfish Head, some of their beers are really good. Not saying, this is not a knock against Dogfish Head either, even though that I forget that they're in Delaware and not Washington, D.C., but then again, I don't really know the difference, and I apologize to anyone in either of those.
They are close. That's a good...
They're very close.
They're very close. It's excusable.
The thing with Dogfish Head is they always have weird beers. They always ferment things and they always do things weird. Dogfish Head has one of those, like a special edition beer that they did one time that was a corn-based beer, which you would think, interesting. But no, the way that they did it was everybody had to chew this mash and then spit it into a bowl, and then they fermented it with that spit, which of course in doing so the germs of the alcohol is gone, but it was the best way to get the sugars out of the corn that they were doing, so they had to chew the corn, spit it out, And then they would cook it from that. So everybody constantly was spitting up corn for like months, and then they finally brewed this beer. Apparently it was a pretty good beer. But that's my point, is that they do things like this.
That's a hell of a brewery story right there.
I know.
Could we open a brewery and just do weird crap like that?
We're gonna piss in our beer?
No!
You said you wanted to do weird things. We gotta top the spitting. Poo in our beer.
Well,
Can we be called the Poo Beer Brewery? Don't steal.
Now that we're done...
The Poobery?
Well, now that we're done talking about weird brewery stuff, let's go ahead and give this one a smell.
Give it a good sniff.
Give it a good old sniff. I think that's a Cards Against Humanity card.
I think it is.
Very light. Like, I don't really smell a lot of peach in it.
I don't like that smell.
Isn't it a weird smell?
But this... I also probably should have mentioned this. I don't like peaches. I don't eat peaches.
I love peaches.
But here's the reason why, and you're going to roll your eyes. In fact, I'm pretty sure you're going to be on the floor.
Sure.
My favorite movie is Labyrinth. David Bowie, 1986.
Following you.
Bear with me, because this is a good story.
Oh, wait a minute.
Everybody put your beer down so we don't warm it up.
Continue.
So... in the movie, as you have seen, because I've forced you to see this multiple times now at this point, there's a scene where Sarah goes into like a dream world and she...
Oh, I know where you're going. And
Hoggle, Hoggle the Goblin gets a peach from Jareth, David Bowie in the movie, and it's a poisoned peach, and he gives it to her, and she eats it, and she gets drugged up from the peach. That's the reason I don't eat peaches. You're welcome.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I don't know.
It's weird. That's like being like a big Snow White fan, and then you hate apples because
people like it, man. But like that's the thing is like when I was little and I first saw that movie, peaches turned me off because I always thought that they were poisonous.
Well, peaches don't turn me on.
Like it was just like the idea of peaches was just gross to me because being so little, watching that movie, it was like, oh, these peaches are gonna make me go into a dream world.
Have you ever actually eaten a peach?
No.
Like gotten over it and like eaten a peach because they're delicious. I love peaches.
Aren't they fuzzy though if you bite into it?
Yeah, well no, they're like tiny fuzz. Like if you like rub it between your hands you can feel it, but when you eat it you cannot feel it.
But I'm just gonna tell you that I'm not moving to the country and I'm not going to eat a lot of peaches.
Good, because that song's not about what you think it's about.
What?
And it's got like a little bit weird like a sulfur smell, I wanna say.
We have a theme apparently going on in every episode where Kim tells you something either smells or tastes like something that's completely... Yep. It smells like a public bathroom.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like at a beach.
Summer theme continued. Let's go ahead. I have a feeling I'm going to like it because I don't like the smell. But let's go ahead.
Nothing against Dogfish Head.
No, yeah, they're delicious. Tastes fine. I mean, it's pretty sour, which is weird for a peach beer.
Yeah.
Tastes fine, though.
This aftertaste tastes like kombucha. Kombucha. It is a drink that is like a bacteria that they put in like a tea drink and they put it in the bottom. This tastes like kombucha.
It's very sour, which is weird because peaches aren't sour. They're really sweet.
It's kind of freaking me out because like it tastes like a lot of the kombucha drinks that I've had before. And like, I'm just kind of waiting for the giant bacteria at the bottom. It's obviously not in there.
I thought we were going a completely different way. I was going to say I'm waiting for like the big flavor behind it, but it's not very flavorful. It's there. Like it does taste a bit like peaches with its sour tart finish on it, but it doesn't really, it's not up in your face about like the flavor. It's very, very light. Which I suppose is fine, especially... I
think the sour kind of overtakes the peach, though. Like, there's really not too much peach going on.
There's not enough peach, too much sour, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just not... I think I don't count as an opinion here because of my peach fear.
Yeah, maybe.
But are peaches sour? Peaches aren't really...
No. Peaches are usually pretty sweet.
So I think that's where I'm getting thrown off here on, like, why it's, like...
Is it because you don't know what a peach tastes like?
No, I've had fake peaches, I'm sure. Oh, it says it's a sour. It's a Weiss. Of course it's sour.
Yeah, true. I guess I should have seen that coming, but...
You read it!
I did read it. Yeah, it's not like I read it a couple seconds ago. It's a Neo-Berliner Weiss. It tastes pretty good. I mean, I'm not a huge... This is like a strictly kind of a sour beer, though. This one, at least, you had that big raspberry taste with it.
The lemongrass also hid the sour.
Right. Lemongrass hid the sour?
The sour was hiding in the lemongrass. and it was peeking out, going, "Hey, I'm here." But the lemongrass hit it, so it was back down. Ooh, my finger to the grass. It was hidden by...
Yeah, it was hidden behind the flavor.
There was other flavors coming forward. You didn't have too much sour. This, it's like...
Exactly. This one's like it's a sour beer. With which you wouldn't expect because it's a peaches. I feel like if it was just a flat peach beer, it'd be a little bit better. But I like what they went for. I like that they were mixing weird styles and stuff. That's
I think that they do a lot of cool stuff with what they do. It's weird. Good on you, Dogfish Head. I love what you do, even when you chew on corn and spit it back out and make a beer out of it. You guys have a great concept here. Always, like, with your beer, you always think outside the box, which is great. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. Same here, especially with their IPAs. Their IPAs are always tops.
Top notch?
Yes.
Arr!
Arr?
Arr!
Why?
Shivery Timbers and Ballast Points and Pirates.
True, they do have a lot of
Mr.
pirates on their
Skeletal.
beers. They do. That's one of the reasons I like them so much, because they always have such cool artwork.
They got cool artwork.
Or fish. That's their thing. They got pirates and skeletons or fish.
And fish.
This one happens to be a fish. Kim, why don't you tell us about it?
I love fish. This is Ballast Point Brewing Company's Sea Rose. It is a tart cherry wheat ale. It's American wheat ale with cherries and pomegranate, which surprisingly enough I didn't notice when I picked this one. It's brewed in San Diego, California, and it's got 2 fish on it. This is, it's one fish.
One fish.
It's just got a big tail.
Well, this is from Ballast Point, another brewery that we like a whole lot. Want to go to them someday, but unfortunately we don't live even remotely close to
We're
them.
about 24,000 miles away.
Yeah, something like that. It's someday, some trip, when we go all the way out to California, we got a ton of breweries to hit up.
I said 24,000, I meant 2,400.
Yeah, 24,000 miles, that's...
We're on the other side of the globe! Woo!
Yeah, really. This is definitely a place that we want to go. They always got some cool stuff on their label, either a nifty fish, or a scary Mr. Skeletal, or something like that.
A lot of their beers are really good. They have a lot of interesting style beers. They have a peppermint beer, a coconut beer, habanero beer. We've mentioned before.
Yeah, I've had that before, and
it's very habanero.
Yeah,
It is a habanero
very
beer.
spicy. I think maybe we'll do an episode on spicy beers someday. But for now, we'll talk about the Sea Rose Cherry Tart Ale, and looks really clear.
It is very filtered.
This is super clear. This is even more clear than the last one. No, it's not Everclear. Oh
more clear?
Yeah, more clear. It's more clear than the last beer that I had.
Clear.
It's got a nice golden look to it, though.
This is like a super filtered beer. I can see things through it.
I could see you through it. You could probably see me through it. No, I meant them. A little bit of cherry. Again, another very subtle cherry smell.
See, my ideas of cherry are kind of
Sam Adams cherry wheat?
Yeah, it's compromised
Yep.
because Sam Adams cherry wheat is just up there. Other than that, I don't think I've ever really had a cherry beer besides them because whenever we even go out, like if it's not anything crazy going on the menu, I usually end up with cherry wheat because it's just...
That's, honestly, and cherry wheat's probably one of my top beers of all time. It's just, I could always have it no matter... That's how I define, like, a beer that I really love. Can I have it anytime I see it? Like, will I order it? And can I drink a 12-pack of it? Then that's how I define it.
Well, you better not drink a 12-pack or you'll be dead.
Maybe, yeah. But, yeah, so this one's got high pedestal to shoot for on this. Yeah. I don't think that's the correct phrasing I want to use. But
pedestal to shoot for? No, that's it's target to aim for, maybe.
That makes absolutely no sense. But let's go ahead and see if we could try this one.
I wouldn't be able to try it. It's right here. Cheers, bro!
You know what, though? It's a damn good cherry beer.
But here's the thing. I'm not getting too much cherry, but it's a good beer.
Yep. I get that subtle, again, another, like, subtle taste. But I think, like, the rest of the flavors are really good.
It mixes well. Everything. I don't get pomegranate at all. There's no pomegranate.
Yeah, no, kind of swing and a miss on that one.
The cherry definitely overpowers it, but it's not an overpowering cherry. Like, when you have cherry wheat by Sam Adams, it's like... Cherry!
Yeah, the cherries, you get that rich cherry flavor, and then you get that rich wheat flavor, too, when you drink a cherry wheat.
I'm glad it's nothing like cherry wheat.
Same, I'm glad it's not a carbon copy.
It's its own footprint. It's its own beer on its own. It can stand on its own next to it. Honestly, I would drink this, too, if choices were there.
Yeah, this one was really good. I mean, maybe I gotta have side by side put both of them. I'm not ready to declare a new cherry beer champion just yet.
It's Cherry King.
But Cherry King, that's it.
Cherry King challenge.
But no, this one is pretty good. I mean, you get that subtle cherry flavor, but then the rest of the beer is just, it's got rich body and very rich taste to it. And it's just,
I think it would even be good, like, in our summer theme going on here. Like, they're all pretty good for a summer.
Oh, yeah, totally.
You know, just drinking, easy sipping. But this is a very good, like, sip it whenever if you want. You do summer, you can do it in winter. Have a great time. Just don't chop down.
This one's not really tart either. I mean, like, cherries are usually a little tart unless you get like really sweet ones. But this one's not as tart, especially coming off of the pretty tart and the super tart.
I think the only cherries I've ever eaten in my life are the ones that come on like a friendly sundae.
Oh, so super sugary.
The ones that are in the sugar.
Terrible for you cherries.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you shouldn't eat
Not those alcoholic cherries that you could buy at the beer distributor.
I still have yet to
Everybody
figure that
knows
out
them,
with my
yeah.
life.
Cinnamon, alcohol, cherries.
There's two versions though. There's the cinnamon alcohol and there's another one.
Yeah, those that I've always been interested in, but never had the
gall.
The gall to buy.
The gall to eat a cherry that's soaked in alcohol.
I think they're mostly for cocktails though. So.
Are we not cocktail connoisseurs?
No.
No, we like beer.
Yeah.
As you can see. But yeah, this has a nice body, a nice flavor, a nice, like, you put it in your mouth, it's refreshing. It's gonna obviously cleanse the palate. Like, it's not one of those beers that you drink and it screws up what you're eating, if that makes sense. Like, there's sometimes you drink a beer when you're eating and all you can taste is, like, the beer, and it doesn't really cleanse, like, your mouth. So, like, the next bite you take of your food, it's a whole new experience of that food, because you're still tasting beer. Like, this comes out of your mouth, like... a weird phrase, but like, no, you drink it and like it cleanses the palate, but it doesn't stay, it doesn't linger. You get the taste, it's nice, you want more of it, but it's not going to overpower and overshadow what else you're eating with it. Which is nice.
Totally. Yeah, I dig it. I could drink like a 6-pack of it. I also like the fish on the front. It looks like he's a ballet dancer or something like that.
Yeah,
like he's got like a big long flowing, oh no, I guess ballet dancer isn't the correct word I want to use. He looks like he's at a ball or something.
What kind of fish is he, you think?
Like he's got like I don't know, a sea rose. Don't they name all their beers after like El Dorado and Sculpin?
Oh yeah, it's probably a sea rose fish.
Well, no, but yeah, probably. But El Dorado's a fish. I mean, this is probably a fish, right? Whatever fish this is, he's pretty cool. Let us know. I'd love to know because I want one.
I don't think we could own one. We have a cat.
Success though, overall, I think. I mean, again. Another episode where there's no beer, where there's like, I'd be miserable if I had a 6-pack of them. So, overall, great success.
Great success.
10-year-old reference at this point.
I had beer. I had beer. I had beer. Did you have beer too? Yeah.
Well, we had 3 beers here, again, as per usual.
It's because we're splitting a 6-pack. Explain our name. We get 6.
Hashtag split a 6-pack.
2 of each.
Exactly.
Equals
1 for
6.
you, 1 for me. That's it. That's how we came up with the name. Comes time for the hardest or easiest part of the show, depending on the quality of the beers that we've had. Kim.
Hi.
What was your favorite beer that we had here today?
You know, they're all good in their own way. But if we're going for a fruit beer that I like out of the 3 of them that actually embellished fruit...
I know where you're going with this one.
I don't think you do! Because I'm picking this one!
I was right.
Really?
Yeah, because that has the most, like, taste like the beer that it is.
I also think I like this one because... And this doesn't actually help because we said this was a summer... beer, like fruit beer. This is a very spring beer, but
well, the cover of it,
it does have the most fruit behind it.
Yep.
Like, you don't really taste too much of the raspberries, but the way that it's all put together, it has that. This is a fruit beer style,
and it's not obnoxious either, which I think helps.
That does.
What is the one that you enjoyed the most? Then let me put that. Taking out of context, is it still that
theme.
one?
You know, that's actually a kind of a tie because I really enjoyed the two of those.
Okay, the end too. All right.
But what was your enjoyment the most had, and which beer
Well,
and why?
if it comes,
why was it that one?
Right, I was going to say if it comes down to the theme of great, summer fruit beers, and this one definitely is the most flavorful, and you're probably going to get the most bang for your buck on that one. But if it comes down to my personal favorite, it's probably this one. Like I said, I don't know if it beats out Sam Adams Cherry Wheat for my favorite cherry beer. But it did nothing wrong in my mind. It wasn't super sour. It tasted enough like the fruit that it said it was gonna. And, it's good. I'm still drinking a little bit of it.
You reached out of the shot.
But now, I guess I know where you're going for this one as well, and you probably know where I'm going for as well. What is the one that you like the least out of the 3 beers that we had today on today's episode of the show?
Gesundheit. I personally just... We all know where we're going with this. You watched the episode. We were here for the episode. We all know where this is going. Dogfish Head. This just... It tasted too much like kombucha. And that's not a bad thing, but I don't want that in my beer.
You keep
because,
saying
again,
that?
I need you to try kombucha, and you will tell me it's correct.
Sure.
I also think that maybe this is a bias here, because I am afraid of peaches.
Yep, I think it is.
But it's not...
I think it's a you're insane bias.
It's just, it says sour on the bottle, but for some reason it didn't connect in our brains, apparently, that it was going to be sour. But it didn't do it for me. It wasn't refreshing. Yeah. It wasn't what I wanted out of the fruit theme for today, which stinks because I picked it because it said peach, and peach is... Yeah,
hey, I mean, listen, I'm all for sour beers. I've had a bunch of really good sour beers, and this is a pretty good sour beer, but when it didn't really taste like peaches that much.
It didn't come up to
It had a little bit of a weird smell to it. Drinking it was fine, but I think it's again my least favorite of the 3 that I had today. It's not bad. None of these beers are bad.
But if we had to pick one.
But if I had to pick one that I enjoyed the least, it's this.
Get out of here.
Sorry. Goodbye, Dogfish Head. Don't hate us. I still do love all your other stuff. Yeah, swing and miss on that one. Personally, if you like it, that's fine.
This is your prerogative.
Good on you. Let me know. Tell me that I'm dumb.
I would love to tell you. Can I just comment in our comments and tell you that you're dumb?
No, tell me that I'm dumb because I don't like the beer that you like, which is that beer that's gone now.
What beer?
Exactly. Well, that's going to about wrap it up for the 3rd episode of our show.
You can find us at www.twitter.com/brewbums. You can also find us at www.instagram.com/brewbums. And that's about it.
Here's a pro tip from an internet expert like myself. You don't have to put the www.
I feel like they feel left out, and I just want to help them.
Yeah, nobody puts the www anymore.
Nobody does. Also, if you're interested, let us know what beers you want us to try in the comments below, because we're sitting on top of them.
Give us some suggestions. We're always open to that, because every time we go to the beer distributor and we pick out new beers, we're like, what are we going to do? What's our theme? I don't know. What looks good?
That's exactly our
So
faces.
at least if we go with like an idea of, I want this type of beer, or we should do this type of something.
Yes. If you have a theme suggestion, if you have an idea for a beer.
Because I could tell you, this is our first fruit-themed episode, and
it won't be the last.
Probably won't be our last. Exactly.
There's just way too many.
It's the new hotness out there in the beer making world.
Hot damn.
Yeah. Well, until next time then. Now, I'm sure there's something throughout the episode that I could stick at the end of the credits for like an extra little ha!